क्योंकि काफी तेज तर्रार आक्रामक और अच्छा डिफेंस उनके पास मौजूद है।
Sports News, I'm Mark Lynn. Let's begin with the headlines. The Indian cricket team has risen to the second spot in the ICC ODI rankings. Captain Virat Kohli and pacer Jasprit Bumrah continue to top their respective charts, that is, of batsmen and bowlers. Australia clinches the first Test series win in over a year after demolishing Sri Lanka by 366 runs in Canberra. Mitchell Starch claims 10 wickets and helps the Australians to the first series win since the Ashes. In the English Premier League, Liverpool take on West Ham United in the London Stadium tonight. Jurgen Klopp's side look to re-establish their 5-point lead at the top of the table. Marcus Rashford's strike against Leicester City lifts Manchester United into the 5th spot. Sergio Aguero hat-trick sees Pep Guardiola's side bounce back and climb within 2 points of the title challengers Liverpool. And one wonder kid, Vinicius Jr. scores the first La Liga goal for Real Madrid. Karim Benzema and Mariano also net in. Wins for Alaves. Our top story, the Indian cricket team on Monday rose to the second spot in the ICC ODI rankings, and the captain Virat Kohli, the pacer Jasprit Bumrah have continued to top their respective charts in batsmen and bowlers. India accumulated 122 points on the back of a series of wins over Australia and New Zealand and is placed behind England in the fresh list. Mahendra Singh Dhoni also moved up owing to a strong showing against Australia last month, which fetched him the Player of the Series award. Dhoni has moved up 3 places to 17th position in the batting list for a run, and also which included 3 consecutive half-centuries, which were against Australia. The New Zealand fast bowler Trent Boult surged to 3rd position in the rankings for bowlers after finishing with 12 wickets in the series against India, which culminated in Wellington on Sunday with a 4-1 victory for the visiting side. So talking about that, there's news now from that tour to New Zealand. As we said, India outclassed New Zealand by 35 runs in the 5th and final ODI at the Westpac Stadium to clinch the 5-match series 4-1 on Sunday. Yajuvendra Chahal claimed 3 wickets as India bundled out New Zealand for 217 and 44.1 overs. James Neesham top scored for the hosts with 44 of 32 balls. Ambati Rayudu anchored India's innings after early blows to help the visitors post 252 after opting to bat in Wellington.
Now, where's that gone? India won the final ODI of the 5-match series against New Zealand by 35 runs in a relatively low-scoring affair at Wellington on Sunday. Rohit had opted to bat first after winning the toss, saying that the batsman needed to be tested in such conditions. Yet, in conditions that offer swing early on, the Indian top order once again folded. Rohit fell victim to an outswinger from Henry, and Dhawan holed out to a third man shortly thereafter off Boult.
Chance for Henry, takes it.
Shubman Gill spooned one straight to cover right after hitting Henry for a 4. Trent Boult dismissed the returning MS Dhoni with a ripper to further deepen India's slump. Going 4 wickets down for just 18, Vijay Shankar and Ambati Rayudu stitched a solid 98-run partnership. Shankar looked to set for his maiden ODI half-century, but a mix-up led to him getting run out. Undeterred, Rayudu put together a 74-run partnership with Kedar Jadhav. As the innings progressed, he began to successfully take on the bowlers. Rayudu's knock consisted of 8 fours and 4 sixes, but a century would elude him as he went for a big shot of Matt Henry, but only ended up slicing it high and Munro easily collected the catch. In reply, New Zealand batsmen, including skipper Kane Williamson, squandered their starts in the chase, but the home team remained in the contest until Jimmy Neesham was dismissed in the 37th over. His freak run-out, which was effected by ever-so-sharp MS Dhoni from behind the stumps, came after LBW appeal was turned down. James Neesham top-scored for the hosts with 44 runs off 32 balls. Spinner Yuzvendra Chahal claimed 3 wickets as India bundled out New Zealand for 217 in 44.1 overs. With this win, India clinched the 5-match ODI series 4-1. The two teams will now play a 3-match T20 series, the first of which will be played on Wednesday. Sports Desk, DD News.
Go right back to the toss.
Well, the Indian team was supposed to face a stiffer challenge in New Zealand as compared to Australia, but they dispatched the Kiwis 4-1 in a 5-match ODI series with ease. So the visitors sealed that series after winning the first 3 ODIs itself, but the batsmen played their part as well, and the bowlers set up most of the victories in the series. Who were the architects of this win? Let's find out.
A commanding knock of 90 by Ambati Rayudu saw India wrap up their one-day international series against New Zealand 4-1 when they won Sunday's final match in Wellington by 35 runs. Courtesy of this latest win, India won the series 4-1, and we take a look at how Indian players fared in this series. Rohit Sharma had a pretty average series as far as his standards are concerned. He finished as the 4th highest scorer with 169 runs, but he put up only 2 good performances in the competition. With scores of 87 and 62 in the second and third ODI, Rohit helped India seal the series, but didn't contribute much in the other matches. Shikhar Dhawan started the series brilliantly with 2 half-centuries, but went off the boil in the last 3 matches. The opening batsman, who finished as the 2nd highest scorer in the series with 188 runs in 5 matches, helped India lay a platform at the top in the first 3 matches, but put pressure on the batting lineup by getting dismissed early in the next 2 matches. Virat Kohli. The Indian captain didn't have a series as per his standards, but nevertheless still made a huge contribution to India's victory in New Zealand. The Indian captain scored a couple of 40s in the first 2 matches before playing a crucial innings of 60 runs from 74 balls in the third ODI when India were chasing a target of 244. Even though Kohli was rested for the last 2 matches, he still finished the series as the 6th best batsman with 148 runs. Ambati Rayudu answered all his critics in this series against New Zealand. The number 4 batsman made a crucial contribution in every match other than the one India lost in the 4th ODI. The Andhra batsman played the finisher's role perfectly in the first 3 ODIs before constructing a sensible knock of 90 runs from 113 balls in the 5th ODI after India was struggling at 18 for 4. MS Dhoni, who missed the 3rd and the 4th ODIs due to hamstring injury, wasn't required to come to the party with a bat in the first ODI. India had to chase down a meager total of 156 runs with ease. In the second match, Dhoni showed that he can still carry out the big shots with an innings of 48 runs from 33 balls to help India post a total of over 320. However, in the 5th ODI, Dhoni couldn't live up to his tag of the disaster manager when he was out for 1 as the visitors were reduced to 18 for 4. Dhoni was fantastic behind the stump as usual with 2 stumping in the series. Kedar Jadhav played all 5 matches but had a chance to bat in 3 innings. The middle order batsman strung a crucial unbeaten partnership of 53 with MS Dhoni in the second ODI to take India's score to 324. In the 4th ODI, Jadhav failed to stick around as Indian wickets kept tumbling in regular intervals. However, in the next match, when Jadhav walked into bat at 116 for 5, he shared a 74-run partnership with Ambati Rayudu. The stand helped India reach a respectable total of 252. Vijay Shankar got only 1 chance to bat and wasn't given too many overs in the series. However, in the little game time, Shankar made his mark in the competition. He bowled economical spells in the 1st and 5th ODI and notched a 45 in the final ODI. The all-rounder walked into bat at 18 for 4 and kept his calm. He consolidated the innings along with Rayudu with a 98-run partnership. Dinesh Karthik played the finisher's role perfectly in the 3rd ODI with an unbeaten innings of 38 runs from 38 balls. The wicketkeeper batsman ensured with a 77-run partnership with Rayudu that India reached the target of 244 with 7 overs to spare. However, in the next match, Karthik failed to apply his experience and was out for a duck, leaving India in dire straits. Hardik Pandya. The all-rounder made a superb comeback to the Indian team after recovering from an injury and being suspended for making controversial comments in an episode of Coffee with Karan. He announced his arrival with a great catch to dismiss Kane Williamson in the third ODI before completing a spell of 2 for 45. When India needed a strong finish in the fifth ODI, Pandya stepped up with an innings of 45 runs from 22 balls to propel India's score over 250. Pandya's innings turned out to be the difference between the two sides. Shubham Gill. Shubham Gill had a taste of international cricket in one of the toughest conditions to bat. Gill, who notched up scores of 9 and 7 in the series, tried his best to hang around the crease, but looked too eager to play his shots, which contributed in getting him dismissed in both the matches. Gill showed promise with a couple of shots, but he has a long way to go in the highest level of cricket. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. Kumar bowled brilliantly with a new ball, picking up early wicket in most matches of the series. He kept one end tight and helped Mohammad Shami flourish at the other end. The fast bowler picked up 7 wickets at an average of 24.42 in the series. He bowled at an economy rate of 5. Kuldeep Yadav. Yadav spun his magic once again, this time bamboozling the New Zealand batsmen at their own backyard. The Chinaman picked up 2 4-wicket hauls in the first 2 matches and finished the series as the 4th highest wicket taker with 8 wickets. Kuldeep, who was left out for the 5th ODI, recorded an economy rate of 4.31 and an average of 15.62 in the series. Yuzvendra Chahal. Chahal was in an excellent form throughout the series. He picked up wickets in every match except for the 4th ODI. He was the 3rd highest wicket taker with 9 wickets at an economy rate of 5.34 and at an average of 24.33. The leg spinner bowled brilliantly in the middle overs along with Kuldeep Yadav. Mohammad Shami. Shami was India's best bowler in the series. He picked up wickets at crucial moments and bowled at a good economical rate. In 4 matches, Shami took 9 wickets at an average of 15.33 and at an economy rate of 4.75. Shami was named the player of the series. Khalil Ahmed. Ahmed played only 1 match in the series and he couldn't have the worst luck by playing the disastrous 4th ODI. India were defending a total of 92 runs and the fast bowler caught only 3 overs to bowl. Ahmed couldn't make much of an impact. He conceded 19 runs for no wicket. Sports Desk, GT News.
Well, all of them competing there very hard for a place in that World Cup squad. And a year ago, Mohammad Shami had failed that yo-yo test, the fitness test, and his personal life was also in disarray, but he bounced back in style with his bowling coming for high praise since India's overseas touring began, which is in 2018. That is today. Across all the formats, Shami is a very different bowler and he's at his best.
In case you missed it, the Indian management has been looking at different prospects for the third seamer in young guns like Khalil Ahmed, Shardul Thakur and Siddharth Kaul, among others, for the upcoming World Cup. In such competitive times has risen an experienced campaigner, Mohammad Shami, overcoming all his past horrors of injuries once and for all after a long 18 months in rehab. Since 2015, being a professional cricketer has been an uphill task for Shami. Plagued with knee and hamstring injuries, it took him nearly 15 to 18 months to get fit and back in shape, enough to handle the rigors of international cricket. At different times, the team management has backed him enough. For example, picking him straight for the 2016 World T20 and the West Indies tour later that summer. Involved in an ugly public spat with his wife, Shami's confidence nosedived. On January 8, BCCI declared that Jasprit Bumrah, India's premier spearhead in limited overs cricket, was rested for the Indian ODI series against Australia and New Zealand. This meant that India's pace attack for the 2 series had to be led by Bhuvaneshwar Kumar along with Mohammad Shami, India's long-lost talent in limited overs cricket. Shami accepted this opportunity with both hands and yet again proved to be a revelation in Indian cricket, this time in the one-day format. If picking 5 wickets from the 3 ODIs at an average of 30.32 against the West Indies wasn't enough, Shami went ahead and collected 9 wickets from the 4 matches he played in the series against Kiwis at a sharply improved average of 15.33. Shami proved his mettle, thereby making a strong case for himself as the third seamer in India's squad for the World Cup to be held this year. Shami was subsequently rewarded for his performances in the first and third match of the ODI series against New Zealand, being declared man of the match in the 2 matches and later man of the series as well. Sports Desk, DD News.
And Mitchell Starc roared back to life with a 10-wicket haul for the match as the Australians rediscovered their best form and they beat Sri Lanka by 366 runs in Canberra, wrapping up a 2-0 Test series victory. In the last Test, before David Warner and Steve Smith's likely return, that is in the Ashes, Australia claimed its first multi-game series victory in any format since the ball tampering saga last March. Sri Lanka was as disappointing as any touring team to Australia in many years, all out for just 149 runs on Monday, chasing an unlikely 516 for victory. But it is the manner in which Australia annihilated the Lankans to win the worn Muralidharan Trophy that will be most pleasing for the Aussies. Kemar Roach and captain Jason Holder took 4 wickets each as the West Indies thumped England by 10 wickets in the second Test in Antigua. This is to gain an unbeatable 2-0 series lead, with fellow pacer Alzari Joseph chipping in with 2 top-order wickets, including the prize scalp of Joe Root. The hosts bowled England out for just 132 in the second innings. John Campbell finished it off in Calypso style for the West Indies with a 6 over mid-wicket, and the West Indies now lead that series 2-0. On the opening day of the National Road Safety Week, the Delhi Traffic Police organised a walkathon at India Gate, which was flagged off by the Special Police Commissioner, Traffic, Taj. The Joint Commissioner of Police Traffic, Alok Kumar, was also present on the occasion, and more than 1,000 volunteers, including school, college students, participated in this walkathon, which culminated at Shastri Bhavan. Speaking on the occasion, the Special Commissioner of Police said he called upon all the participants to imbibe and follow all the aspects of road safety.
हर साल भर दिल्ली पुलिस डिफरेंट स्कूल्स में रोड सेफ्टी के इश्यूज पे अवेयरनेस कैंपेन करती रहती है। ये जो सप्ताह मनाया जाता है, इस पर हम इसको विशेष रूप से और ऑर्गेनाइज करते हैं। ये इम्पोर्टेंट इशू है सड़क सुरक्षा, तो बच्चों को मोटिवेशन और साथ साथ अवेयरनेस जरूरी है, तो इसलिए ये ऑर्गेनाइज किया जाता है।
Indian women's hockey team dished out a spirited performance to notch up a stunning 3-0 victory over the World Cup silver medalist Ireland in their second and final friendly to end the tour of Spain on a high on Sunday. India had drawn the first match 1-1 against Ireland on Saturday, and earlier India had levelled the 4-match series against hosts Spain. India's Gaganjeet Bhullar has carded an even par, that is 70, on the fourth and final day to finish at a tied 34th place in the inaugural Saudi International Golf Tournament Jeddah on Sunday. India's sole player to make the cut, Bhullar hit the ball very well and gave himself a lot of chances on the final, but never really got on top of these greens through the week. From being 2 under through the first 5 holes, he ended even par at 70 and finished 4 under for the week. Dustin Johnson and Lee Ha-Tong slugged it out, in fact, on the back of 9 of the Saudi International, and before the world number 3, that's the American, pulled off a birdie finish despite going all over the desert to emerge a 2-shot winner. Jurgen Klopp's men are seeking to reinforce their place at the top of the Premier League with 3 more points. Liverpool's next stop in their quest for the Premier League title is West Ham. Can string together a strong run. Liverpool vice-captain James Milner returns from a 1-match ban and will go straight into the squad. Trent Alexander-Arnold, however, is still missing, with Jurgen Klopp hopeful he will return to full training in the next week. Joe Gomez and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain are absent too. Jordan Henderson is set to make his 300th Premier League appearance. Manchester United claimed a hard-fought win against Leicester City on Sunday thanks to a 9th-minute strike from Marcus Rashford on his 100th Premier League appearance. Rashford was found inside the area by Paul Pogba's aerial pass, and United's number 10 fired past Fox's keeper Kasper Schmeichel emphatically. The Victory means United have won 5 consecutive away games for the first time since September and October 2012 under Alex Ferguson and hoisted them to 5th in the table. Sergei Aguero's 14th hat-trick for Manchester City closed the gap on Premier League leaders Liverpool to only 2 points after their 3-1 victory over Arsenal at Etihad Stadium. Aguero, as he did on Tuesday in the shock defeat to Newcastle at Newcastle United, put the reigning champions ahead inside the first minute, but Arsenal swiftly restored equality as Lohorn Koscielny escaped poor marking to head home from a corner. City's nerves were eased by a magnificent second from Aguero just before the break, rounding off a perfectly constructed move between Ike Gundogan and Raheem Sterling with a simple finish to the far post. Aguero secured City's win when he bundled in Sterling's cross after 61 minutes, as attention now switches to Liverpool's visit to West Ham United on Monday night. Teenager Vinicius Jr. scored and produced a scintillating display as Real Madrid warmed up for their midweek El Clasico Cup clash against Barcelona with a comfortable 3-0 win over Alaves. Karim Benzema tapped home his 6th goal in 4 games from Sergio Reguilón's cross to give the European champions the lead. Vinicius made it 2-0 from close range for his first La Liga goal, and in stoppage time, Mariano Diaz's diving header sealed easy victory. Real are now only 2 points behind City rivals Atletico Madrid, who suffered a 1-0 defeat at Real Betis earlier on Sunday, and they have also closed the gap to arch rivals Barcelona to 8 points. And the two Spanish giants face each other in the first leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final. That's happening Wednesday. Well, today in 1976, the 12th Winter Olympic Games opened in Innsbruck, Austria. Also today in 1979, India racked up their highest test total at it was 644 for 7 declared against the West Indies in Kanpur. Fouad Bacchus went on to make a career-best 250 after Gundappa Vishwanath, Anshuman Gaikwad and Mohan Ramanath had all made hundreds. Today in 1990, Richard Hadley became the first man to take 400 test wickets when he bowled Sanjay Manjrekar in the first test at Christchurch. Interesting memories there. And with that, we conclude this edition of the Sports News. Thanks very much for being with us. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.